I'm Sam Lenny, healer, channel and conduit for celestial light. I'm the host of the Lessons from the Records, and with the help of the Dominion, who are the light beings I channel, I'm on a mission to help you to love and empower yourself, raise your vibration, shine your light and align with your highest truth. So welcome to this episode. If you are inspired by what you received today, please like and subscribe and comment on this episode and share it with someone that you love on social media. Thank you so much for bringing your energy here today. And let's get on with this week's shorty.
Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you for being here with me today and bringing your energy to this. It's so lovely to have you here. Now today I wanted to talk to you about an experience I had around my dreams and around the energy that we're currently experiencing this year that has been building, which is to recognize that you are a multi-dimensional being, that you are having, whether you're conscious of it or not, an experience that is more than just the current experience that you are having as you're listening, watching this. And I wanted to share a beautiful example of this and how you can experience this for yourself if you're not doing so already. So the other night I asked my cosmic team, the Dominion, to share with me a multi-dimensional experience where I was traveling to what I perceived to be traveling to another experience, another place, another time, and to show me as clearly as I can perceive in my energy field and my frequency. I've worked my frequency up to a good level to have multi-dimensional experiences and feelings anyway, but I asked them for a specific experience, if you like. So I went to bed, and in the early hours of the morning, let me share this one with you because I know that there was more than one, but I can't remember them all. My logical brain, as I've woken up in totally conscious state, can't remember them all. But I had one experience, and in this, what I thought was a dream, in this dream, I was in darkness. It was nighttime, and I was walking along a road, and it wasn't a busy road, and I want to say that it was current times, in this year. So it wasn't sort of a past life or a future life, or what I perceived that to be anyway. It was a very present experience. I was walking along this road and I could hear a car, and it was dark. So as I looked up, I could see headlights, and the headlights weren't so bright that I wasn't able to see in. So I could see in this car, and this vehicle was black. The vehicle was almost like lit up. So even though it was dark, I could see that it was a black colored car. And in this car was a woman driving, and she had 2 children in the back of the car. And the road was wet, even icy. And as I noticed, I perceived, I could hear this car, and it made this skidding noise, and it was as if the car had braked and then slid. So it wasn't like a screeching noise, it was just more of a slide. And as I looked, the car did a small turn and then stopped in the road. And it during that process, it had hit something. I don't know what, but I could tell that it had, because the people inside the car were kind of a little bit sort of disorientated. And as I perceived this, it was so interesting, because I was witnessing this happening, but then I could see that I was then looking down at myself, and I was looking down at myself because I noticed that I pulled my phone out, my mobile out. And what automatically happened, and this was just, I don't know how this happened. It wasn't something that I arranged to happen. It was very spontaneous. As I looked, I pulled my phone out and I tried to dial the emergency services, but there was no numbers, no keypad on my phone. It was just a screen, and this screen wasn't usable. And as I looked at the phone, I looked up then at the car, and all of a sudden what became of this car was this really golden white energetic glow around it. And on some level of me, I recognized that I was sending healing, or creating this beautiful ball of healing light, protective light around this car. And as I looked at my phone, I could see the digits 999, and I could see it basically dialing the emergency services, just like with me, sort of telepathically. So I wasn't actually physically doing anything. It was very spontaneous. It was happening in this way that we don't know actually works on a physical, tangible, in our physical, tangible head, on this physical, tangible plane. It was happening on a whole other level, on a whole other dimension. So as I looked at the car, it was really glowing. The people inside it were calm. They became calm. They were very relaxed. And the phone was glowing, but I wasn't touching it. And then I could hear sirens in the background. And as I heard sirens in the background, I suddenly landed back into my physical body in the bed, at home, and suddenly became awake. Once I became awake and worked through what actually had happened, tried to sort of piece this awareness together to try and create some sort of narrative dialogue that I could understand, I'd recognized and I'd realized that I'd asked the Dominion for a multi-dimensional experience so that I could experience it, but also so I can then share it with you as a beautiful example of something that we are all able to experience in this time. The reason, once I'd immediately come back to myself and I'd woken up, the reason I knew that I had traveled to somewhere else while I was asleep is because of the way I landed in my body as I woke up. It was like a really heavy thud, like I want to say like crash landed back into the bed, but it was very quick, very, very quick. And I dream a lot, so I do write down my dreams. And if you want to know more about yourself, I really do recommend writing down your dreams just to see where you go or what downloads you receive while you're sleeping, because it's all highly relevant to where you currently are at in this life. However, so that's how I realized that I was having a multi-dimensional experience and that I'd astral traveled to another place in time. I know that I can distinctly see the car, and it was a Kia. The make of it was a Kia. It's like an SUV. And I know that I was in the Northern Hemisphere. So I live in the Southern Hemisphere. This was in the Northern Hemisphere because it was icy, it was cold, and it was dark. So somewhere in the world, I had asked to receive this multi-dimensional experience. So I'm having an experience in bed, but I'm also having another experience somewhere in the world in this current life. I had traveled somewhere to hold space, to share my gifts as a healer to someone, to people that were in need at that time. And this is what happens when you are in the practice of really aligning with yourself and communicating with your soul, listening to the messages, and asking spirit, asking your team, your cosmic team, for these experiences. You know, consciously, verbally, asking for these experiences. And of course, you know, you can ask for them in your mind's eye as you're going to sleep at night, or, you know, whisper through, you know, through yourself, within yourself, but you can actually call it out with your voice as well, which is very, very useful thing to do at the moment. We're being asked to express ourselves verbally. I'm really feeling that strongly, and I'm receiving that as advice, as a message from the universe to do that. So the reason for sharing this story is that yes, we are all able to have multi-dimensional experiences, and in fact we do. It's whether you're conscious of it or not. And so if you want to lean into understanding more about having a multi-dimensional experience and knowing more about it, then of course I can help you with that by opening your Akashic records and working with you on that. So you know where I am. Just go to samanthalenny.com and practice. Write down your dreams. Ask to see more than what you perceive just with the five senses that you have and you use readily in this physical, tangible world. So I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'm going to go and find out maybe a bit more about this experience with these beautiful souls in their car, and send them some more love and light. So have a beautiful day. I'll see you again soon. Take care.